The Harry, Meghan and the Media podcast was meant to follow on from the Princes and the Press documentary. But after viewers complained that it was disrespectful to the royal family, the Beeb quietly dropped the podcast. The two-part BBC Two documentary, presented by Amol Rajan, aired allegations that William's staff had briefed against the Sussexes. It was slammed by the royal households for unfounded claims. The podcast was set to include far more controversial material. It will now be released on an unconfirmed date. The two-part film, criticized by the royal family, received 776 complaints following the first episode, which examined the period after the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. The second episode, following the last 3 years, received 149 complaints. The documentary included suggestions stories about the Duchess of Sussex had been leaked by courtiers. It also examined the relationship between the Duke of Sussex, 37, and the Duke of Cambridge, 39. The program was fronted by Today presenter, Amol Rajan, 38. After the documentary aired last month, Mr. Rajan apologized for rude and immature comments he made about the royal family 10 years ago. Mr. Rajan described the Queen's Diamond Jubilee as a celebration of mediocrity. In a column for The Independent on the Diamond Jubilee in January 2012, Mr. Rajan accused the Duke of Edinburgh of being a racist buffoon and described Prince Charles as scientifically illiterate. Writing on Twitter on December 2, Mr. Rajan said, in reference to very reasonable questions about some foolish commentary from a former life, "I want to say I deeply regret it. I wrote things that were rude and immature and I look back on them now with real embarrassment, and ask myself what I was thinking. I would like to say sorry for any offense they caused then or now." While the BBC did receive close to 1,000 complaints, in April the broadcaster received 109,741 objections for its coverage of Prince Philip's death. Responding to the complaints, the BBC said, "The Princes and the Press explored the relationship between the media and the monarchy, focusing on the younger royals." It included interviews with a range of print and broadcast reporters who follow the royals closely and heard their views on the relationship the press has with the royal family and what influences the stories that are published. "We conducted more than 80 hours of interviews and sought views from a wide variety of contributors. This included approaches to Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace and Clarence House for comment or for a representative to be interviewed for this series. A joint statement issued by them was included in both programs." Another news, Meghan Markle and Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, have never been close due to their husbands at war but always shared a warm and amicable relationship with respect, according to author Christopher Anderson. The royal commentator claimed that Prince William and Prince Harry's strained relationship is undeniable compared to the easier bond they shared earlier in life. Mr. Anderson suggested Princess Diana's death played a role in sparking some of the friction between the brothers, whose relationship soured in recent years. Mr. Anderson told the Royal Yes podcast, "Harry got emotional at William and Kate's wedding and cried about that fact. He described her as his sister and she got emotional too. They always had this banter. They were just similar senses of humor and they both I think knew that they had a responsibility to William, who took himself very much more seriously." Discussing the Duchess of Cambridge's relationship with Meghan, he continued, "But the strain is undeniable. I mean obviously with their husbands at war. I think Meghan and Kate can respect each other but I don't think it's going to be, it hasn't been a warm and fuzzy relationship at all. They have not been close now. So much of Harry's motivation to protect his wife and his child and to make these big changes in his family seems to stem from the tragic death of his mother. Prince Harry and Prince William were believed to be extremely close growing up, and the bond was further cemented when they served as each other's best man at their respective weddings to Kate and Meghan. However, frictions reportedly began to show after Harry started dating Meghan Markle in 2016. The Duke of Cambridge was alleged to have once advised Harry to not rush in the relationship, referring to Meghan as this girl, which made Prince Harry really furious. Prince William allegedly said, "Don't feel you need to rush this. Take as much time as you need to get to know this girl." The Duke and Duchess of Sussex's controversial interview with Oprah Winfrey earlier this year seemingly added fire to the feud. During the interview, Meghan addressed claims suggesting she had made Kate cry during a conversation about Princess Charlotte's flower girl dress in the run-up to the royal wedding in 2018. The Duchess of Sussex claimed the story had been distorted and she had been the one left in tears, with Kate later allegedly sending over flowers to mend fences. Meghan Markle also sparked a debate after claiming an unnamed member of the royal family had questioned the color of her son Archie's skin ahead of his birth. Prince William addressed the racism allegations publicly when questioned after the Oprah interview. A Sky News reporter asked the Duke of Cambridge, "Have you spoken to your brother since the interview?" Prince William responded, "No, I haven't spoken to him yet, but I will do." The reporter continued, "And can you just let me know Is the royal family a racist family, sir? Prince William hit back, "No, we are very much not a racist family.